What if the invasion isn't coming from the stars, but from inside the Pentagon? You are being groomed. The government suddenly wants you to believe in aliens. After 70 years of silence, denial, and ruined lives, they are handing you disclosure on a silver platter. Why? Because the history you're watching unfold isn't discovery, it's a script. Look at this image. You think it's proof of life beyond Earth? By the end of this video, you'll see this for what it really is. The bars of a prison cell they are building around the entire planet. They need a new enemy. And congratulations, they just found one. Let's look at the official narrative. In 2017, the New York Times releases the Gimbal and Tic Tac videos. In 2023, David Grush, a high-ranking intelligence officer, sits before Congress and swears under oath that the US has non-human biologics. The media, the same media that mocked conspiracy theorists for decades, suddenly nods in agreement. Yes, they say, the threat is real. Does that feel right to you? Since when does the State Department voluntarily give up its biggest secrets? The government doesn't leak, it plants. Here's the smoking gun they don't want you to notice. It's not the aliens, it's the timing. Trust in institutions is at an all-time low. The financial system is teetering on collapse. Inflation is eating your future. They need a distraction so big, so terrifying, that you will beg them to take your rights away just to keep you safe. They call it disclosure. But that is a lie. The true term for this operation is the last card. It is a strategy that was whispered on deathbeds decades ago. It is the final act of a play written before most of you were born. They aren't preparing for war with Martians. They are preparing for war with you. And the only way to win that war is to make you look at the sky, while they rob you blind here on Earth. To understand the hoax, we have to go back to the man who built the rockets that took us to the moon, Wernher von Braun. Von Braun, the father of the American space program, spent his final years with Dr. Carol Rosen. On his deathbed, he gave her a warning. He told her the military-industrial complex needs perpetual war to survive, but they run out of enemies. He predicted the sequence perfectly. First, the Cold War. The enemy was communism. Check. Then he said it would be terrorists and rogue nations. Check. Then, he said, they would blame asteroids. We're seeing that now with NASA's DART missions. But that's just the surface. Von Braun said the final card, the one they would play when they needed total control, was the alien threat. He said it would be a lie, a fake invasion. But here is where it gets terrifying. What I'm about to show you ties this alien narrative directly to the biggest financial heist in history. You won't believe the connection between little green men and the missing trillions in your economy. First, hit the like button if you think the news lies to you every day. Do it now because the algorithm hates what I'm about to say next. September 10th, 2001. The day before the world changed. Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld stands at a podium and admits the Pentagon cannot account for $2.3 trillion. That story vanished the next morning for obvious reasons, but the money didn't come back. In fact, recent audits show the Pentagon holds trillions in assets and cannot pass an audit. Where is that money going? It's going into the black budget. It's going into special access programs. They are using your tax dollars to build the very technology they are now telling you is alien. Those Tic Tacs? Those floating orbs? That isn't ET phoning home. That is Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and Northrop Grumman testing the hardware you paid for but aren't allowed to know about. Open your eyes to the pattern. They use the same playbook every time. They did it with the Cold War. They used the fear of nuclear annihilation to build the CIA, the NSA, and the military-industrial complex. They did it with the War on Terror. They used the fear of invisible extremists to pass the Patriot Act, destroy your privacy, and normalize mass surveillance. And now, they are doing it with the alien threat. The thread tying them all together is fear-based centralization. If you believe there is a threat from the stars, you will demand a global defense. You will accept a global military. You will accept a space force that patrols the skies. And guess what? If they control the space above your head, they control everything below it. And how will they sell this fake invasion? 2 letters, AI. We are living in the age of the deepfake. They can generate video of a mothership over New York City that looks 100% real. They can fake radio transmissions. With Project Bluebeam technology, holographic projection, they can paint the sky with whatever nightmare they want. With AI, you will have no idea what is real or not anyway. The Project Bluebeam conspiracy theory suggests a staged alien invasion could be used to enforce a new global economic and social control system. This elaborate deception would leverage advanced technology, including holographic projections and sophisticated sound effects, to create a convincing illusion of extraterrestrial contact or threat. The motivation behind this fabricated event is to dismantle existing societal structures and introduce a new world order. This new order would be characterized by central bank digital currencies, carbon tracking, and total resource control. So why go to all this trouble? Why fake an invasion? Because the old system is dying. The debt bubble is bursting. They need a reset. How do you get the public to agree to such a drastic change? You unite them against a common enemy. Ronald Reagan said it himself at the UN. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. They are militarizing space not to fight aliens, but to dominate Earth. The rod of God kinetic weapons, the orbital surveillance grids. It's not for them, it's for us. Remember this image? The one they admitted was real? It is real. It's real American military tech. It's a patent held by the US Navy. It's not a visitor, it's the prison guard. The disclosure is a lie. The threat is a fabrication. The protection they offer is a cage. They are printing money to fight a ghost, while inflation destroys your life. The greatest trick the system ever pulled wasn't convincing you that aliens don't exist. It was convincing you that the government is the only thing that can save you from them. Don't fall for the fear. When the sky lights up with holograms and the news anchors scream about an invasion, look at your wallet. Look at your freedom. That is what they are really coming for. If you refuse to be a pawn in their game, subscribe to this channel. Share this video with the one friend who still believes the news. We are building the resistance one mind at a time. Stay awake, stay free.